This is a short video demonstrating how to fill down in a spreadsheet, which means how to take one cell value, highlight the other cells that I want to have the same value, and then fill those with that value, making data entry much quicker and more efficient. So here's a spreadsheet I have with a list of made up student names. And let's say that this was an inventory and I wanted to track how many pencils I assigned each student and how many crayons I assigned each student. And I know that for most of the students, I assign them 3 pencils. But I don't want to actually manually type that in. I'd rather just have all of the cells say 3 and then only change the ones that I know I either assigned 2 pencils or something different. So to do that, I can use what's called the fill command in a spreadsheet. So if I take this first student and I click in the cell and I type 3, and I want all of the other cells to also be filled with 3 to make my life easier because I know that's pretty much the default value that I want to start with. I can click my mouse in that first cell that has a 3 in it, and then while holding down the mouse button, drag down and highlight all of the cells below it that I also want to have the value of 3. I'm going to let my mouse button go, so you'll see that all of those cells are highlighted. And then on the keyboard, I'm going to hold down the control key and press D for down. And you'll see that it filled that whole column with the same value. Now I could say, all right, I know that Chandra, I actually gave 4 pencils to start. So I can just change Chandra's value, and I didn't have to type 3 in every other box. So it made my life a little bit easier. I can do the same thing here in the crayons column. So if I know that most students, I started by assigning them 2 crayons, I can type 2 in that first box. And before I clicked and held on the 2 and dragged all the way down to select those cells, I could do that. Or there's another way to do it. I could click and highlight the first cell and let go of the mouse button, and then take my mouse and while holding down the shift key on the keyboard, I can click that last cell and it'll highlight all of them at once. And then once I have all the cells highlighted, again, the command on the keyboard to fill down is holding down the control key and then D for down. And now if I know that I actually gave Victoria 7 crayons to start, I don't have to change and hand type all of the other cells. So it made data entry much quicker and much more efficient. Hopefully this helped.